Alright, welcome LEGO fans to our second episode of building here on BilboBrick09's channel. Now in this, what will probably be a fairly short playlist, in this playlist, I actually build small LEGO sets in front of the camera. So this is like the most detailed way for you to look at a LEGO set. So you'll get an inside look, see how everything's built, and today we have for you Gandalf Arrives. The first episode was the wizard battle. And the only one that I'll probably do in the near future is Riddles of the Ring after this. So, I might do a few others. I know I said under 150 pieces, I might change that rule. But, we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and get started building Gandalf Arrives. And I'll try and let you look in on the instruction manual here a little bit too. So of course the first part there is telling you to build it on a table and separate it. I'm not going to bother doing that there, just to make it a little more challenging. So of course, first of all, you're going to build the minifigures. And you start with a Gandalf. So we'll go ahead and find his minifigure parts here. There's his head. Now I just need to find his hat, which should be the most conspicuous part. There it is. Alright, so here is his hat. And his head. Now, in the movie, this is like the first scene in the Fellowship of the Ring, except the prophecy. Now, if you watch the extended edition, it goes the prophecy and all that history of Middle-earth. I just lost Gandalf's beard. So first it's the history, what happened to Sauron and all that. Then the extended edition is concerning hobbits. And then it's this. Now, if it's not the extended edition, then right after the prophecy, it's this scene. So, yeah, it's one of the first things you see in the movie. It's a very nice little scene. Got some nice music in the background. Kind of establishing two of the main characters, Gandalf and Frodo. So there's Gandalf. I'll go ahead and find his staff. Another thing I might start filming is building contests. Me and my friend, and he likes to guest star a lot, Fëanor II, I'm sure you recognize that name. We like to do building contests where we both get the same set, and we take it apart, and then we start building it, and whoever builds it first wins. So I might film a few of those. Probably be the same 3 sets. We might do something like Shelob Attacks or Uruk-hai Army, though. Maybe we should do the Tower of Orthanc. What do you think? That'd be funny. 8 hours of footage. That would take up 4 tapes, I think, to do that. He claims that he could do it in a shorter amount of time, but I don't believe him. There's Frodo Shire, and he does come with his book here. So here's your 2 minifigures. Go ahead and turn page, and the next thing you build is the horse. So this, and then just put a couple little blocks in there to fill up that gap. Here. So here's your new LEGO horse. It rears up on its hind legs like that. And of course the head moves. So now it's time to start building the actual cart. Hopefully this won't be more than 15 or 20 minutes or so. I'll probably be disappointed by the time I finish though, probably in like half an hour. But you never know. As I said before, I'm not renowned for my quick building skills. Especially if I reach over this and get my parts. Next, just need that right there. That goes right here. And here's these. So this is one of two Lord of the Rings sets that are vehicle themes. I suppose you could consider Uruk-hai Army like half vehicle theme because of the ballista, but then of course the other half is the wall. But this and Pirate Ship Ambush are the only two that are almost exclusively vehicle based. Pirate Ship Ambush comes with that little catapult, of course minifigures too. But then the rest of it is just a ship, so mostly vehicle themed. And other than that, there aren't that many vehicles in Middle Earth, because, you know, it's supposed to be like medieval themes. So, you can't have too many vehicles in a show like that. Trying to think of any others they could do. I know for Lake Town Chase, which is coming out in December for The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, they are including a boat in that. It's another little boat. I like the looks of it so far. Looks like a little sailboat, not nearly as big as the pirate ship. But still nice looking, I think. Have to wait and see. And of course, I'm sure between me and then our two favorite guest stars, Andrew 19, Andrew 30, and Feanor II, we'll probably get all four for Christmas between us. So we'll get probably at least most of those uploaded, in January of 2014. But for now, minus the polybags, which we don't really care about, I might get someday, but minus those, we have every single Hobbit and Lego Lord of the Rings review filmed. Not all on there yet, but they are all filmed and they are coming, especially since I now have my cable. I'm a proud owner of that. So I'm sure you've noticed a huge increase in my uploads. I can get this for some reason. Next is this. Sorry, I've kind of gotten wrapped up in talking, so if you haven't seen everything, I'm sorry about that. But you should get the gist of it. Yeah, so I'm saving the worst for last, unfortunately. Riddles of the Ring, which nobody really likes, I don't think. Best part about that set is a new Gollum. Cheap way to get Bilbo, and the boat's okay. That rock piece is really boring. Alright, so this next part is the hardest part of the set to build. This will kind of slow you down in a building contest. I know that from first-hand experience. See, I'm dropping pieces already. Because it does work with such tiny pieces. It's kind of what throws me off about Lego architecture. I know a lot of people love that, and they do look nice. I just don't like that they're not minifigure scale. And I know that the Sydney Opera House just came out, and a lot of people are really psyched about that. But it's probably not something that I will get in review, so make sure you check out the Brick Show for that. Because I don't think Andrew 19, Andrew 30, or Feanor II will probably get that either. Because we're saving up for Lego Lord of the Rings and Lego The Hobbits. And a little bit of Lego Star Wars on my end too. See, it's really tricky to get there. Still have two more of those to build. So yeah, this was the first Lego Lord of the Rings set that I built, and the first one I bought, obviously. Of course, I bought Shelob Attacks with that though too, but I built this one first. And this is really what got me into Lord of the Rings, period. Was the Legos. So Lego Lord of the Rings is like the best idea ever. I think that's right. One more, and then we get to move on. It's just a minute here until we get to the fun part, which is all the fireworks and all that good stuff. Make sure you check out the Gandalf Arrives review. That was the first review I ever filmed, not the first I uploaded, because I had cable issues, and Andrew 19, Andrew 30 let me borrow his camera. So once again, thanks a lot to Andrew 19, Andrew 30 for that. Appreciate that. And wrapping up the structure of the cart here. There's that. And there's like the reins. I think that's what you'd call them. Just keep the horse on there. Get this nice little sack piece here, which I like a lot. That goes right here. And the fireworks barrel goes right there. Moving right along. Very simple step here. All I need is this, which goes right here. And here we go ahead and fold the cart up like this. And you can kind of see how you get that interesting shape there now. So, interesting building techniques there. I forget the name of the Lego designer who did this. This was the only set he did, so kind of his name escapes me. I'm sure I mentioned this before, but at the time this was released, this was the only set that you could get Gandalf in. So, of course, that made it fairly sought after. So everybody likes Gandalf, but now, of course, he's everywhere because he's not only in Lego Lord of the Rings, but he is in Lego The Hobbit as well. And a couple more of these pieces. This is where Gandalf will sit. This goes right here. That's right, one right there. Now we're going to go ahead and put the wheels on. So you can see the wheels around very nicely. And also in this step, we're going to go ahead and put the letter in the back. I believe, yes, the next step is my favorite. We get to actually build the fireworks. So the first firework is very simple. Just this. Oops, a little too far there. There we go. There's your first one. And of course, they're all going to go in the barrel, so we'll just stick them in there as we go. The next one is the most complicated to build, but of course, it's still very easy. And this. So there's the green firework. And the last firework is just one piece. This is from the Ninjago Rise of the Snakes theme. Very cool piece, and a nice reuse of the piece. Not really a piece that you can use in too many situations, but they managed to do that here. And the final thing that you do is build the carrot. Well, I shouldn't say it's the final thing you do, but it's the last thing that they have in the steps. And just kind of toss that in the back here. So there's the cart. Now, of course, you can't pull a cart unless you have a horse, unless you're really strong. I'll try to do this with one hand while I hold the camera. So there's the horse pulling the cart. Gandalf will go ahead and put his staff in the back here. And sit him down. He has to lean to either one or the other side. He can't sit directly in the center. It's a little unfortunate, but not a huge deal. And finally, here's Frodo just standing just the wayside. So there is Gandalf Arrives. You got to see how it was built. Make sure you check out the review to examine all the minifigures. Check out all their printing and double-sided faces. So, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Happy building.